Mr. Bentley.
Hi,
How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you. I cannot wait to get started on this week on rewiring your financial identity. So I have some
hmm
questions. As a consumer, because that's what I would be considered, everyone keeps saying mindset matters, right?
hmm
But how does mindset change my actual paycheck? I need real money like right now.
Yeah, a lot of people they think that it doesn't matter. You know, when you hear a lot of rich people talk, a lot of wealthy people talk, both since the beginning of time up until now, they always say something like, "Oh, it begins with the mind, and you know how you think, and if it the limitations in your head." And people always think it's crazy talk, because most people think, oh man, you're just talking in circles. You just need to tell me exactly what I need to do in order to make money. And people think it's that simple, but it's really not. Because more than anything, what affects your behavior is your mind. Money is all about psychology. Money finds the people that search after creating meaningful value, people who are definite of purpose, like Napoleon Hill describes, people that know what they want and they're determined to go after it, and they don't see limitations. They only see what's possible. Because make no mistake about it, wealth or building a business, whatever those goals are, it's not going to be one shot to go after it. It's going to take time. And there's going to be seasons of difficulty. And based on how you think and how you see things, you can perceive advantages and opportunities in those seasons of difficulty as you're going through them. Or you can only see failure and negativity and then turn back the other way. So it is everything. That is where it begins. That's where it begins.
So you talk about limitations. So
hmm
there's limitations to reaching higher amount of money.
hmm
So I didn't come from money. I
hmm
didn't see money. So those are my limitations. So you talk about psychology. What would be the first step that I would need to break that barrier on the concept of limitations and my connection to money?
Well, the first things that's first in terms of any kind of mindset shift, before you even start thinking about your relationship with money, believe it or not, is your personal identity,
Mm.
right? Definite of purpose. Now, there are going to be different kinds of philosophies out there. Not a whole lot. There's only really so much, and they kind of all relate to each other anyway. But when it comes to making money, because that is the purpose of this content, that's the purpose of why we're even here, making money. It is intrinsically connected to creating value. It is the amount of money that you make is directly related to the amount of value that you contribute and create to the rest of society. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So your first mindset shift has to be, what is it that's in me? What problem was I born and created to solve and help and give to other people in the pursuit of their goals and happiness? That question, when you answer it and you have a sense of purpose and identity of how you can apply your mind and the work of your hands to creating value and service to others, that will directly translate into money. Money follows purpose. It follows the person that has a definite aim to make a goal happen. The universe opens up and creates a pathway for you and gives you everything that you need in order to accomplish the outcome that you have set for yourself. And that is what's going to keep you. That's what's going to be your North Star as you're navigating the hills and the valleys on the way to that path. So that has to be your first mindset shift. Find out, why the hell was I put on this earth, this planet?
So what would you say most people difficulty of being they have their purpose, they have what their value, they have a service that they want to render.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they broke? Why are they still broke?
Well, now that's where we get to the question that you asked initially, the relationship and understanding with money, because purpose alone won't do it. But the idea is, and take myself as an example, all right? I always bring it back down to myself. When you have a definite aim and purpose, and you know the ultimate direction that you want to go to, it is natural for you to want to then think about, what is it going to take for me to get there? You're going to get started with what you already know, with what you already have. I would hope so. And as you continue along that line, you are going to be met with failure. That's a good thing. That's a normal thing. Failure indicates to you what it is that you're missing in order to get to where you're trying to go. The faster you can understand what that moment is teaching you, the faster you can move on past it. One of those struggles that you're going to meet upon in any endeavor that you are trying to get to is money. You need money to do every single thing, everything.
Right.
So the faster you can understand how to acquire money and how to make money do what you want it to do in a way where it doesn't take you away from the ultimate mission and destination that you are trying to get to, the faster you will get to where you're trying to go. Did that answer your question?
It did. It definitely did. So a couple of things you touched on. You touched on limitations. You touched on value, and you touched on knowing your purpose. So with all those things encompassing getting the mindset in the place that it needs to attract and get money, what would a person taking this class, what would be their first step after they identify these things?
The first step from identifying their purpose and their value and all these things?
Right.
Beginning with what they got. You know, depending on your purpose, depending on what you're actually trying to accomplish, getting started looks differently for everyone. The goal is, or the initial goal in that stage is, how can I get started with the bare minimum of what I have? The Bible says in Luke 16, and I say this all the time, the one that is faithful with the least will be given more. If you can't be faithful with other people's things, who would give you ones of your own, right? So it's also about, what are you doing for others and other people's missions, other people's vision, before you're here trying to service your own? And case in point, if it's not obvious, I'm talking about a 9-to-5.
Right.
Most people are starting from a 9-to-5. And many people hate their jobs. But if you change the perspective, look at this business that you're working at as someone's vision. This was someone's child. This is someone's grown adult that you're working. That business is servicing real people. You maybe even be a consumer of that business. If you work at AT&T, you have an AT&T service, well, you consume the very product that you are a part of creating and servicing. You see the mindset shift. You are a part of someone else's vision of creating value in society. When you're in customer care, you are servicing existing clients, consumers, customers of a business's product and service, someone's idea that they've brought into fruition. You are helping that person realize that vision and dream. And the more diligent that you work, you are paid in accordance to that. Now, if you have the kind of perspective that, okay, I'm going to carry someone else's baby with the care and diligence I would my own, then as you take care of that, eventually the universe, and I hate to go all cliche, but I promise you this is how it works. God is watching. You will be given stuff of your own. You can't expect to mistreat and, handle not with care somebody else's things. And then when you start to create your own vision and idea, think that people are going to handle your stuff with care. It's the same thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You start with what you have, you make do with what you have, while you're accumulating all the things that you need on the side to make your own dream and vision come true. When you meet an obstacle, because you will meet an obstacle, you're going to find a way to solve it. And I really do have to keep it general in that. And I see that it's kind of vague and kind of general, because everyone's situation is a little bit different.
Right.
But for this point, this point in the class, your main goal is to have a definite purpose, a definite plan, and a definite identity of what you're trying to accomplish, and nothing will make you deviate from that path. That mindset alone will make you see a way out of every problem. And I say that with my whole chest. There is a solution to every problem that you can think of if you apply yourself to it long enough.
Okay.
Time will be your friend depending on the thinking that you have. Sometimes it can take 4 months to see a solution. Sometimes it takes a year before God, changes up the things around you until the path becomes clear for how you can move forward. But if your thinking is contrary to a forward direction, you will never see opportunities. In other words, if you have a negative mindset, you will never see the opportunity to get to where you're trying to go.
I 100% agree with you. So since myself, I can use myself as an example, I work a 9 to 5. Not only having the mindset, what kind of tools can I encompass with the mindsets? As far as any books that I can read, or as far as any planners that I can get to associate. And I know some people say mindset, so he just wants me to think about how I can get somewhere. What kind of tools in real time to see that progress in my mindset that I can use? Like a journal, a notebook, what can I use to achieve that mindset?
So books are a great way to start, that is for sure. What you consume mentally dictates your mindset. Your environment dictates your mindset. So I'm sure we've all heard it before. Be mindful of the friends that you keep. Don't be sharing your ideas with just anyone, not because they might steal your idea. I promise you, it's not as easy as you might think. But so that you don't get too much negative feedback. Not at that level. I mean, you got to be really careful. Feedback is great, but as somebody that just likes to throw shit on something, they're going to throw shit on something. It's not no constructive criticism, whatever. They are projecting. That happens. I've heard this saying, and thankfully it's not complete. I haven't experienced it a lot myself, so it's just a saying for me, that more dreams are killed by friends and family long before anything else.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's you run something by your homeboy or homegirl or your mom or whatever. And more times than not, unfortunately, it crushes me to even hear when people say it. They're met with, backhanded comments, or maybe the person isn't even trying to intentionally shoot you down. But their mindset is limited and negative of what is possible. And they put that on you by sharing their negative mind with yours. And that causes you to look at things from a defeatist perspective, more so from a perspective where this can't work, instead of how can I make this work?
Right.
Right? It's a completely different perspective. So yeah, books, you want to consume content that is going to cause you to think a certain way. You are reprogramming your mind. Odd to say, but that is what you have to do. Your mind is very, very malleable. It really is defined by what you allow and put inside of it. Follow the right pages on social media. A lot of people say, oh, you're wasting time on social media. My social media, my algorithm is nothing but education and wealth building stuff. Every day when I scroll, I learn more, and I've actually gotten productive tools from my social media.
Wow.
Yeah. Just a moment, let me mute this. My algorithm teaches me stuff every single time I'm scrolling. The books I read them based on the season of life I'm in.
Ooh.
The friends, all of my friends that I keep, they're all forward-thinking individuals, all creating their own value in the world, and we all share ideas on how we can lift each other up to get to where we're going. I do not share my ideas or talk about my problems or business with anyone that is not on a similar path that I'm on, because I don't want to hear what they have to say. As much as I am confident in myself and all these things, words carry so much power.
Right.
And I know this sounds cliche. It's the simplest thing. But as secure as I am in my understanding and my outlook and where I'm going, I promise you, yes, if I hear a negative guy in Dunkin' Donuts while I'm there, I maybe could brush it off, but all it takes is one bad week or one bad day in the business or whatever I'm trying to pursue, and my mind is replaying what the guy said in Dunkin' Donuts. That's how your mind works. You have to protect what goes into it, because that's what it's going to turn over inside of it and churn on and affect your trajectory in what you're doing and your perspective on things. So books, curate what you see on social media, keep a close eye on the kind of friends that you keep, filter your friends, make sure you make new friends that are aligned with the direction that you're going. These are some of the practical tools. Journal, it's neither here nor there. You can record bad thoughts or good thoughts. I'm talking about changing your mindset, which means changing your mind's diet.
Now, it's just going to allude. It sounds like you have to have a whole different type of diet towards your mind.
Your mind.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to thank you real quick for making it to the end of the video. We know that not a lot of people have a lot of, long attention spans. So I'm definitely glad that you made it this far. I want to also just thank you for being a part of this journey. That is my first ever long form video on YouTube, but you guys know I have probably over 100 shorts, just all explaining different money principles, all meant to help people just like yourself to start building wealth from scratch, how to start from zero. I'm in finance. I've been in finance for some years now, and I've seen different kinds of educational material that they mean well and they're good, but they usually start from the middle, right? They start from the top or the middle. Here's how to trade stocks. Here's how to do this. Here's how to do that. Flip money in real estate. All these things, but not many of them really show you how to start from where you are right now in your 9-to-5 job with barely any money in the bank and like a whole bunch of stuff going on. That is the solution I want to bring to the world. That is the value I'm trying to create. No matter where you are in the world, first world, second world, third world country, how to start from where you are right now with what you got right now, and how to start with purpose and lead with value. All right. Looking forward to seeing and hear more from you guys. Click the link in the description below to sign up for the waitlist for the School of Wealth Creation. It's a platform I'm releasing soon to show you guys exactly on how to build wealth from scratch, following my own journey, how I'm currently actively doing it, all the mistakes, the pitfalls to watch for and avoid. Looking forward to hearing from you guys. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe on Instagram, and also on YouTube, and also on TikTok. You guys know I'm all over. Take care.